Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. Thank you for being here this morning. Thank you for being here this morning.
Let's go. Oh, let's start this show. King Roman news gonna come right through. Gonna give you that news just like you know he can do. Hot topics in your face, baby. King Roman knows his place, baby. King Roman news.
Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning.
6:30 a.m. Eastern time, baby. He's gonna come right on time with the news just for you. Celebrity news, politics, and local news just for you. King Roman news. Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Monday, Wednesday, Let's go. Hey, let's start this show. King Roman news, coming just for you. King Roman news, coming just for you. 6:30 a.m. Eastern time, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. King Roman news, King Roman news. Let's go. Hey, let's start this show. Let's go. Oh, let's start this show.
Good morning. Good morning, crew. Good morning to you. Happy Wednesday, January 18th, 2023. We are back with another King Roman news report. And yes, I have so many things to talk about today. As always, we're going to dive into local news, and I have a couple of hot topics that I want to touch on. You might have seen from the thumbnail, but I'm glad to be here. Let me tell you, last night I was sitting, chilling, and I'm like, I want to go live, but I had nothing to talk about. I had literally had nothing I wanted to talk about. I just wanted to go live and kick it with you all. I missed y'all yesterday, even after I went live. So thank y'all for being back with me. Shout out to my members. Shout out to the moderators. Thank y'all for always coming through. And thank you to those who are just joining the membership. I appreciate the support here. I don't ask for much. Just come through and talk to me. Tell me what you think about these crazy stories that's going on in the world and in hot topics. Shout out to the subscribers. You know, y'all are some of the dopest subscribers out there. I appreciate the love. I really, really do. And if you forgot to hit that like button and you just got in here, give me my hug right now. I don't want it at the end. I don't want it at the middle. I want my hug now. If you here, give me a little like. Roman, I'm here. Give me a little hug. I appreciate all of that good stuff. Because all likes matter over here. And if you are new to the channel and you have yet to determine whether you want to subscribe, let me tell you, subscribe today. You never know what may happen to me in the future, and I want you to be along the ride. Come join me and see what we're doing over here. And if you want to send me any love, you can always do so by sending me a cash app, anything to $ Roman L Jackson. And remember, it goes to replenish Roman and upgrade our channel and get me some food and all those good things. So without further ado, hey y'all, good morning. Good morning. I hope y'all are really well rested. I hope y'all had a good yesterday and last night. I did. I'm well rested. Woke up refreshed this morning, took a nice shower, and I said, yes, I can't wait to get into some things today. Thank y'all for coming back and joining me. Because y'all could be anywhere but y'all here. Who is here in the building? Tamika McMillan. Thank you for being here. And blessings and good morning to you. Good morning, Chantel Packer. Good morning, Tisa. Good morning to you. I feel like I'm staticky a little bit. Let me see what's going on over here. Good morning to you, RNYTV. Good morning. I'm still shocked that someone knows Rochester, New York so intimately as you do down here in these streets. So you already know the kind of where I come from. Good morning, Naries. Good morning, Gwen Jones. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning to everybody. I hope y'all are having a great day today. Starting off, I am. I had a bad Monday. I really did. I had a horrible Monday. I'm making sure my video isn't staticky or Wi-Fi is low. I had a horrible Monday, and yesterday was cool. And today I'm feeling like I'm having a really, really better day. I woke up in better spirits. I really did. Okay. Yes. Okay. Woo! And I was telling my friend, I was like, oh my God, Highland Park Diner is still around. Yes, it is still around. So I wanted to kick it off with a quote of the day. And, as all of our quotes, this one is definitely related to me. A lot of times in my professional career, I just catch myself over analyzing myself and overthinking myself. And so I wanted to share this quote with you all. Um, Overthinking is a sign that you do not trust yourself. As you learn to trust, your mind will become calmer. And I truly believe that. It's almost like once you master something, you know how to do it, you don't overthink whether you're going to do it or not. But when you do start overthinking things like, can I do this? Am I going to do that? Or am I going to get involved? Or it's almost like what you don't trust yourself to deliver, and then that becomes the question, like, so what don't you trust? Let me figure that out. Let me solve that. So when we overthink or overanalyze on things that we aren't too confident on, maybe that's just deserving of us to do more exploring, figuring it out, figure out what that curiosity is, dig deeper. So I enjoyed this quote. I really did. Overthinking is a sign that you do not trust yourself. It's a sign, simply a sign. It doesn't mean that, destruction is coming. It's just a sign that you do not trust yourself. As you learn to trust, your mind will become calmer. And so I thought that was a great quote to sort of kick our midweek off. So, um, just as a side note, a lot of these quotes be related to me. I don't really be thinking about a lot of people or putting it on anyone. They really do be relating to me, and I'd be like, let me share with the crew. Let me see. Do I have any announcements? I don't have any announcements today, but I did want to get. I want to ask you all a question, and let me see if I got his comment here because he left a nice little comment under the post, and I want to include his comment. And shout out to the crew. Thank y'all for engaging me on our community wall and dropping comments. I'm telling you, I'll be trying to get to as many as I can throughout my day. And when y'all see me in chats or something like that midday, I'm literally eating lunch, enjoying it. Like I was with DKL kicking it the other day. I'm sitting there eating lunch as he's going through. So I really do be spending all my time wisely. And then when I'm not, I'm trying to plan for my show. So thank y'all. I appreciate all of that. So let's just kick off today's show. So I want to start with local news. So many things in local news that I want to talk about today. We got so many crazy stories from, I don't know if y'all heard about Tyre Nichols, what happened to him. We have a Louisiana teacher who sent a really bad text message on about MLK Day. We got Sarah Boone. Oh my God. We have a dollar bond. And you got to get into this dollar bond politics bullshit that's going on out in Houston. And when after this live, I want you to go to Google and type a certain thing in. And I want you to see all this shit that pop up like, oh my God. Yes, they do shit like this out here. Then we're going to get into Antonio Brown and Marvin Gaye and all that good stuff. So let's kick it off. Y'all sit back and y'all let me just tell y'all what's going on around the world. So Darius Miles, we got an update on that. Now, we were just talking about this yesterday, and I had left us at the point that the person that was driving Jamia Harris, rest in peace, girl, rest in peace. The person that was driving Jamia Harris also fired shots in the car to the driver of the other car. And so I was leaving it under, they have to test ballistics. They're gonna have to figure out who shot first, well, come to find out, Darius Miles actually admits to providing the gun that was used in the death of Jamia Harris. And so he goes on to say in documents that he provided the gun used in Harris's death. And then also witnesses identified Michael, which is the other suspect, this other man with the locks or the plaits, as the potential shooter. The deposition read, Darius Miles admitted to providing Michael Davis with a handgun immediately prior to shooting. So now they've upgraded the man's charges. And so I always forget I got two computers going. So they upgraded his charges. They moved his charges from Darius Miles was not the suspect that allegedly shot and killed a 23-year-old Alabama woman over the weekend, but he was responsible for providing the gun used in the fatal shooting. And so with them upgrading his charges, they've upgraded it to capital murder. So now his charges have been upgraded to capital murder, saying that he intentionally caused Harris's death by aiding and abetting by providing a firearm. Now, capital murder charges in the state of Alabama is pretty serious there. You know, they look at it as a Class A felony, carrying it with a potential to 10 years to life sentence or even a possible penalty of death. Typically speaking, a defendant or individual charged or suspected of capital murder involves allegations where that individual planned and possessed premeditation to commit murder. Clearly, we got that here. And they also list in that list, and it was so many things, but you can also be held if you concocted a scheme which ended up with someone dying. You'll be held on also aiding and abetting capital murder. So this man, and I was looking at to say, is there any potential for him to be released on that? He's done. He's done. There's no rehabilitating his career. There's none of that. The man is done. He made a poor ass decision. Now you gave the gun. That's just as dumb as you shooting the gun. You should have just shot at that point, nigga. You really didn't give a fuck. And to find out as we read these articles and get more and more details, he was really, really angry because he was dismissed for another dude. What did you want her to fucking do? Let's say you were her man and someone like you came up. You would have wanted your woman to do the same exact thing that she did in that situation. I don't fucking understand it. I think you need to stay in jail. And it sucks because you didn't learn your lesson along the way. God, rejection. You know, I don't know if this also has something to do with your ankle injury that you had prior to and you got released from the team. And so now you feeling like, okay, I ain't a real basketball player. You can't just still disrespect me. You got that bravado going on. But bro, you go have that bravado in jail. Talking, what did he say on the clip leaving out? I love you, man. Just know I love you. Well, you're going to have some new people to love, honey. And none of us feel bad for you. I don't feel bad for him at all. I think about the 5-year-old son that she has that now has no mother. I think about the fact that she literally went down there just to visit for the weekend. And then this shit happened. So I have no remorse for him. This is all down the drain. There's no more of this. Happy times. Nigga, you are a suspect. Both you and your friend. The fuck? So that was the update there. You know, it's not a shocker that the person who got the gun handed to him continued to, okay, well, I'm gonna shoot, instead of saying, what the fuck you doing, bro? I ain't got nothing to do with that. But you're the big bad guy. And what is wrong with you all? So we're left with this situation here. Hey, DKL, good morning, good morning, good morning. Hey, Voodoo, good morning. Thank y'all for coming through. And thank y'all for dropping down, too. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. Listen, I got this whole flat backdrop back here. All right, so let's get into Tyre Nichols. So I don't know if you all heard about this man, Tyre Nichols, and we have another situation where we have a guy running away from the police. So here's what happened, and I'll break down the facts and give you all the detail. I just need to just throw it out there. So Tyre Nichols was driving in a vehicle. Now we have implicit biasness going on already. His vehicle was clearly in poor condition. Backlight torn out. You know, it gave all the visible signs of a car that may appear to be something going on. Implicit biasness. So he was pulled over, but he wasn't pulled over just by anyone. He was pulled over by some unmarked police cars. So as they approached the car and told him to get out and do all this stuff, he flees. First confrontation, he flees, runs. So as he's running, they finally apprehend him again the second time. He breaks away and flees again. Between the time he broke away and flee and them arresting him and taking him down to the hospital, This man had suffered a broken neck. He had suffered a dislocated shoulder and head trauma. So he spent 2 days in the hospital before he was pronounced dead. And so the family is now like, okay, we need body cam footage. What the hell is going on? What is going on here? All of this does just not happen from a regular traffic stop. And so we're here with this story. No body cam footage will be released until investigation completed. But this story gets really, really different, you all. So I'm gonna break it down to you really, really quickly. So police say officers pursued Nichols and again attempted to take him into custody when another confrontation occurred. He was eventually apprehended. Then he complained of having shortness of breath, at which time an ambulance was called to the scene. He was transported to the hospital in critical condition. So from two incidences from running from police, we're now in critical condition. And so we have the officers temporarily suspended. So what they say is, due to Nichols' condition, they determined that the TBI will handle this investigation. The officers involved will be routinely relieved of duty pending the outcome of this investigation. That was the most immediate response. It was like, okay, incident happened. All right, we're going to remove them. We're just going to investigate it. Well, baby, they had to up the ante on that because they started figuring out, oh no, more shit started leaking out. And so then you got the sister coming out here. She's saying the city police, where's the sister? Oh, wait. The sister came out here and said, city police chief said on Sunday that the officers involved will face disciplinary action for unspecified violations. Relatives have accused the officers of beating Mr. Nichols and causing him to experience a heart attack. They want them fired and charged with murder. I had the sister's statement. The sister's statement read along the lines that the brother was terrified more than likely because an unmarked car pulled up with no visible sign that I'm a police officer, stopping him. And at that point, who knows? He could have been terrified. He could have been paranoid, and he ran and he fled. So the chief of police released this statement, and I'm not even going to read this bullshit because it was a joint statement between the mayor and the police chief. And let me just tell you, it's bullshit and it's a cover up. That statement is basically saying, yes, something happened here. We know something happened here. We're not going to release any body cam footage until we do our investigation. But just to let you know, body cam footage was also messed up during the incident. I said, what? So the body cam footage, you're trying to tell us now, you're setting the tone that when we get this body cam footage to expect that it'll be altered. I said, family, stay over this shit. Stay over it. They definitely stumped this dude out. They definitely put him to the ground. I see it. Let me say this. Allegedly. But you ain't telling me that you're not fucking telling me this man got in critical condition from two fleeing from police officers. It's more of y'all than him. What do you think happened? Excessive, extremely excessive force. And then I'm also waiting for them to release an autopsy report to coincide the body cam footage that he was either drunk or intoxicated or they found drugs in the system. Oh, now that's important, huh? That's important, right? That shit ain't fucking important, nor is it cool. And so now they had to get on these police officers' asses even fucking more, you all. So they actually had to go in and actually suspend the officers. Now the officers have been removed, suspended. First, it was temporarily relieving them from duties. Now they've been effectively suspended prior to them releasing body cam footage, prior to an investigation being complete. So you're already admitting fault. Why are you suspending them now? What's going on? And it leaves us at this question. So I want y'all to check out this video of Tyre Sampson. And while I'm loading this up, can y'all please go ahead and hit that like button now? Give me a little love this morning. If you ain't give me a hug yet, I do want my hug. Only give me a hug. Let me see. Here we go. And trust me, Wi-Fi should be much better now.
Memphis police officers are facing disciplinary action following a traffic stop that resulted in the death of 29-year-old Tyre Nichols. But the victim's family still not satisfied. Thank you for joining us for the late edition of Action News 5 at 10. Action News 5's Stephanie Douglas shares what the family and community activists are demanding.
Kelly, while Nichols' family tells me tonight they appreciate Police Chief C.J. Davis and the city's response, the family, along with community activists, say it's still not enough.
Mayor Strickland and Chief Davis should do the right thing by the family of Tyre Nichols.
Just one day after family and friends protested outside the Ridgeway Police Precinct following what they're calling the unjust death of 29-year-old Tyre Nichols, Memphis police say they're taking action. MPD says it conducted an internal investigation on January 7th. Chief C.J. Davis said in a statement Sunday, today the department is serving notice to the officers involved in the impeding administrative actions. A measure community activist Kareem Ali believes is a step in the right direction, but just not enough.
The right thing to do is release the body cam video footage.
Family members claim Nichols was unarmed at the time of the stop, and MPD's officers' use of force was unnecessary.
You shouldn't be on a dialysis machine looking like this because of a traffic stop.
Ali says releasing the body cam video will help clarify what happened that night to the family and concerned citizens.
And there's a camera right above the location where Tyre Nichols was taken to the hospital, where we believe that he may have died that night at that particular scene.
Memphis Mayor Jim Strickland included in the statement released, we want citizens to know that we are prepared to take immediate and appropriate actions based on what the findings determine. Now, tonight, I did ask Memphis police and city officials what policies did the officers violate. We also reached out to see how many officers were disciplined, and we still have not heard back. But later this week, MPD is expected to complete the investigation process. In studio tonight, Stephanie Douglas, Action News 5.
Are you kidding me? Like, honestly, it's giving a complete cover up of what these officers are doing, and what you're doing in our faces is you're trying to show consequences. Like, before we even finish the investigation, we're just going to give them an administrative. I don't give a fuck about that shit. I'm trying to get these niggas locked up. What are you talking about? So for me, it's not enough. Yeah, you suspended them pending an investigation. I'd like for that investigation to also do something to them. So you suspending them, okay, they fucked up your procedures. Let's talk about the inhumane, this man is dead. What else can be done? So we're supposed to wait for this altered footage that's supposed to come out because clearly they said it got messed up during the incident. Well, damn, what were y'all doing because y'all know those body cam footages are in hard casing. Like, I knocked my friends one time just to see it's in hard casing with a little circle around it. And you literally take it off with a belt because the belt goes through them just like an X. You take it off, you turn it in just like that, and it's a little chip piece in the back. And so I'm sitting there thinking, like, damn, to break that, y'all must have was fucking around. Y'all were tossing this man. So I great job on, trying to do something, but it's just not enough for me. So we're going to keep saying Tyre Nichols' name. We're going to keep making sure they're held accountable. And by Friday, they're supposed to be coming out with the internal investigation complete, as well as body cam footage released. And we're going to be talking about it because I already know what is about to happen. I already know. And good morning, Miss G, Wildcat Nation. Good morning. Facts is giving a complete cover up. BMW, good morning. Y'all know cops show half ego. That man ran so they wanted to prove their authority over him all the time. Good morning, Eartha G. Good morning, with or without pay. Now, you know it was with pay. The union ain't going to let them suspend them without pay. We just saw the union all on that. Good morning, Ox City 805 Queen. Cheryl, good morning. There was obviously more than officers. So how many body cams are they talking about? Exactly. And they won't tell us how many officers were suspended. They won't give us the names of the officers. And they won't even tell us why the officers were suspended. All we know right now is that somebody has been suspended for some reason, and that pending this internal investigation, there'll be some additional consequences. Family, y'all hold on. Now, I have to do this, y'all. I have to take it here. when you are pulled over by an unmarked police car, you have to make sure you let them know that, hey, I need to reach out to my attorney. I don't know what's going on here. But if you got some shit going on with you, the best thing for you to do is to not run. Don't run. You risk your life running. As we see, these are not just incidents that happen. They are lessons for us, my people. This could have been me or you riding around in our car. An unmarked car comes and pull us over. And we're just like, oh, we're just that scared and nervous that we flee. And it happens to the best of us. But I'm telling you now, based on stuff like this, it's best that you stay there, especially if you ain't got nothing wrong. If you ain't did nothing wrong and they pulled you over, you got more of a case over them than anything. I'd sit my ass there and start fucking recording. What's going on here? So let's not take this and say, okay, now I'm about to go sit in my car, on my car, I'm gonna flee and run. No, that ain't what I'm saying. I'm just saying in this situation, it was wrong. The man fled 2 times. Out of those 2 situations, he's in the hospital with a whole concussion, knocked out. 2 days later, he's dead. That don't make sense to none of us. And so we need the body cam footage because that's gonna make us make noise. I'm doing the pre-noise. We're gonna make some fucking noise. So when y'all see that footage, we all gonna be saying the same thing. Clearly, there was some foul play going on here. Good morning, Kings Mina. Good morning. Hey, Nicole Judge. Good morning. Thank you for coming through. This is Horrible Miss G. It truly is. And so rest in peace, man. Rest in peace. And I'm sorry that happened to you. It could have been like any one of our brothers out here, I'm sure. And I don't even want them to go here to his criminal record, but I'm sure we all got shit that go on in our lives. I'm sure there was things that he may not want people to know about him, but that gives no one right to take this man's life. So, let's switch over to this next story. So we have this Louisiana. She's not a teacher. I had to correct that. She's not a teacher. She's the secretary. And so she's in charge. She sits in the front of this school, and she's in charge of announcements in the morning, attendance, and all of that good stuff. And so on the given day, which was last Friday, she sends a text message to the coach of this school. And this is what she says. She says, N-word day, nigger day, LOL, Martin Luther King. To which the coach replies, huh? Say what? Where'd that come from? Now, she thought she was texting someone else at the school. We're going to get to that someone else, because my thing was, I hope y'all investigated who the fuck she was texting. Who does she feel comfortable enough texting that to? Wait a minute. We don't just stop here. So she texts the man this, right? She sends this man this text message, the coach, right? The coach is like, huh? Say what? Where'd that come from? So she don't even correct it. In a fucking doozy, don't even correct it. She goes on, yeah, remind your player, don't even know how to write. First of all, you somebody fucking secretary. You're the illiterate bitch. Look at this shit. Remind your plays Sunday, we're off Monday. Bitch, where and how? For Martin Luther King Day Monday, players I meant. You know them kids don't listen to announcements. Have a good weekend, coach. And then she goes on to say, I'm very sorry, coach. I didn't mean to send that first text to you. Please forgive me. That was Friday. The school found out about it that Friday. They allowed her to resign that Friday. We would have never known about this until Monday when this man comes out here and does this video. So y'all check out what he had to say, and this is how it went viral.
Now this is Nelwyn Fontana. She's the office secretary at Ouachita Junior High School in Monroe, Louisiana. If you look right here, she tells us how she really feels. But what she didn't realize is she was sending this to the wrong person. She's since been allowed to resign, but many people feel like she should have been fired. While they take books out of school and teach a false history, these are the people left to educate our children. And she did this on Martin Luther King's birthday. Now this
Baby. So that went, he did that on Monday, uploaded to his Facebook watch. People started retweeting and sharing it. So then people were like, wait, hold the fuck up, Sway. So what happened? Baby, they done dug up her whole life. I told you, Black Twitter don't play with no one. They don't care who you are. So we got who she was. Her name is Nelwyn Polana Fontana. Okay, Polan Fontana, whatever the fuck her name is. She's this Louisiana high school secretary forced out after she sent colleague racist texts referring to MLK Jr. Day as in Nigger Day. Now, here's the thing: forced out versus terminated, they're two totally completely different things. See, one can tell you, hey, you need to either submit your resignation or you're going to be terminated. One is completely palatable. The other one can be detrimental to you. Why the fuck are we giving her a palatable option? If I walked into that school and I was a secretary and I text one of my counterparts who happen to be a different race from me, and I said something along the lines of, make sure you let them crackers know X, Y, and Z. That's completely defamatory. I don't need to be resigning. I need to be terminated because you're sending a message across the board. A resignation for someone who looks like this, it looked like she was already out the fucking door. I mean, it looked like she had what, a year maybe left under her soul. So now she's out. So my thing was, so who was the text intended for, ma'am? Who were you texting? I want to know that. Cause see, if it seemed like it could have been leadership. It sounded like it was up in management. It seemed you was a little too comfortable, real comfortable. And then the previous messages she was sending this coach, next week I've got a schedule. If you will fill it out, where we will know. And he said, and he replies to her, yes, ma'am. Now that got me, Roman stop, but it got me. I could see me replying, yes, absolutely, no problem, ma'am. But we're talking about Louisiana. That's that Southern hospitality for you, and I love it. And so she goes on to say this at 3:26 p.m. on a Friday, and we allow her to on that same Friday to resign. Bitch, you got me shitting. I couldn't be a teacher at that school. You couldn't let that pass up on me. Are you kidding me? How is this appropriate? Now, if she felt this way this whole time about them, given how many years she'd been working there, how many times you thought these kids was, oh, here go nigger day. She should have been terminated. She really should have been terminated. Now, let another incident pop up at this same school of a same teacher doing something similar. They're going to wish they had terminated because this message is not permeated. She resigned. She didn't give a fuck. She was like, okay, here's my resignation, because she was embarrassed. It went all over social media. Nobody going, she's out. Nobody checked for her afterwards. It's like it's a done deal. For me, it just sucks that knowing the person who received the message is still sitting at that school. I'm sure they probably called her like, girl, don't be texting me. You cannot be sending me messages like that. That's the bitch whoever it was. Y'all better watch. Y'all better be careful. They don't be thinking like deeply. They just let it go. Like, okay, yeah, you sent a message. Okay. I'd have been like, who is this supposed to go to? What? What? What is going on here? What we doing? And thank y'all for being here, crew. I appreciate it. I hope y'all hit the like. I missed y'all. This is horrible. Okay. When everything is said and done, it's going to be justified. That's their word, not mine. Cheryl, I'm with you, baby. I'm with you. And I'm going to be prepared to go, okay, here we go. Here we fucking go again. Because the fact that they led out here with, and I'm trying to find out where is the goddamn, I had, let me upload it. They had it where they said that the cameras had been I didn't clip that one, but the cameras had been injured during the encounter. Why are you leading with that? Why are you stating that? Why are you starting with that? That gives me we about to have some issues with the footage. Really now? Really? All right. And then what sucks, y'all? The chief of police is a black woman. We're not talking about, and she's trying her hardest to like, okay, we're going to come out here and we're going to, I think, wait, the mayor, either the mayor or the chief of the police, but whatever their counterpart is black. And they're really trying their hardest to make it fair, but it's not fair. It's not fair at all. Miss you too, Coco. Good morning. Hey, boo. Hey, boo. Wow, say what? Lady, you are out of order. Wow. Good morning, Cash App and bullshit. Who's that lady? She don't need a job nowhere. Give her 2 months. She'll be the secretary somewhere else. If it's not in education, she'll be at an insurance. should be at an automotive mechanic shop working at front desk, feeling the same way. Here come these niggers. Here they come. And the sad part is that no matter what we do, it's always going to be out in the world. People are always going to feel that way. What we have to do is make them feel uncomfortable about doing it by talking about these stories, by sharing her fucking picture and showing her name. That's why I do it. It's like I can't change y'all from doing it, but I'm gonna make it fucking uncomfortable for you to do it. That's why we dub them Karens. Oh, you want to call the police on us? Now y'all Karens. How does that feel to be labeled a Karen? You getting fired and shit. So on these folks that are racist, we just gotta make it uncomfortable. Oh, that's what I am? All right. Where you work at again? Okay. Because I spend dollars there. That black dollar talks. People will be quick to let you go off of some racist stuff. Because it's not right at the end of the day. So yeah, we're gonna stay our foots on their necks. Good morning, Brick Girl. She still kept her pension though. Okay, Wildcat, you saw what that was. Period. Some more of her coworkers feel the same way. And they ain't gonna investigate. It's because I'm telling you, if not the principal, if not the principal allegedly, absolutely ridiculous. Terminated and popped in the mouth. Okay. Louisiana, she need a voodoo doll made up of her tail. Okay, egg her house. Period. Lincoln, long time no see. Good morning. Good morning, Nate. Good morning, y'all. Look at the crow, not the hard ER. Okay, Monroe, LA is near my hometown. So you know what? You already know. Now, we're going to switch over to another subject. Now, y'all, people be going crazy in these stories, and it's I just be thinking to myself like, what the fuck is going on in your life? So I don't know if you all have seen the viral clip that's been going viral of the man who is destroying his home because his wife told him she wants a divorce. So let's talk about this story, okay? Before I put the clips out and we see what went on. So this man and this woman, black, had been living together. Even when she told him that she wanted to file for a divorce, they had still been living together. Now, I don't know the process, but I always assume that once you file for a divorce, you're moving out. Like, we can't be living in the same place and I file for a divorce. There's so much animosity. I don't know. I just always assume if I'm filing for a divorce, bitch, I'm out. I'm moving out. We're not living. I'm not walking past you. I'm not eating no food in this house behind you. I'm not sitting on the toilet behind you. I damn near don't want to put my feet in the shower behind you. Like, I'm definitely there. I don't trust you trying to off me for the insurance money. No. But I guess, sometimes your circumstances don't allow you to move out. So this woman, she's with this man. So he comes by the house in a white Impala, and he stops by the house. He drives into the house and slams her car, because it's her car. The white Impala is her car. He got in her car, slams it into their garage, fucks the garage up. Her window to her bedroom is right there at the garage door. So she's literally there, scared. So she calls the police. The neighbors call the police. Everyone calls the police. Police don't show. So then he leaves. He comes back with this fucking massive dump truck, and he slams it into the house. Not only into the house, but into neighbors' property and their cars. And now I'm sitting there like, well, what the fuck? Ain't nobody called the police. Nobody got guns. What's going on? What? Mind you, the lady's in the house. So he's just tearing it up, fucking it up. So finally he leaves with that. Police still don't show. He comes back in the white Impala, rides by, cursed the wife out, ex-wife, and the neighbors out like, you're fucking saving her, da 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 da. And she crying, fearful of her life. And the man is still, to this day, has not been apprehended. The police didn't show up until 45 minutes later. And the lady's like, all of this would have been over with had they shown up sooner. Now, this is in LA, but they can be out there where we got Keenan Anderson suffering a car breakdown in the middle of the street. Y'all can be out there on the fucking scene 5 minutes on his ass. But this man is literally trying to fucking make the house collapse on her 45 minutes. What do we need to say? What are the trigger words we need to get police officers out there? Y'all show enough know how to show up when you would fucking want to. I felt bad for the lady. I did, because I'm sitting here looking. When I finally saw who it was, I'm like, oh my God, ma'am, you ain't got no kids or nothing that can just go upside this man's head just a little bit. Mother, you know I will. I ain't gonna tell, but my mom know. I grabbed the bat quickly outside a grocery store, about to walk in the store on the nigga about my mom. And here she go walking me. No, no, don't. I'm like, I'm sick of this shit. So here, that's what the same thing I thought. Now y'all get into this. I don't know if y'all saw it, but I hope y'all have some feeling towards this woman and what's going on in this situation. And make sure y'all hit that like button too. Doe. Thank you, Ed. Thank you, Wi-Fi.
Now at 4:30, a frightening scene in South LA where a man in a dump truck went on a wild rampage, bashing into a house. The man was caught on video, as you saw there, repeatedly slamming into his own home after his estranged wife filed a restraining order against him.
Well, authorities say the suspect behind the wheel is still on the run this afternoon. KCAL News reporter Rena Nakano shows us his path of destruction.
What is he doing? Residents in this Westmont neighborhood were stunned after seeing their neighbor go on an angry rampage, destroying his own home, neighbors' yards, and cars. Anything that was in his way Sunday afternoon.
He first came with like a white Impala and he tore up the garage door.
Neighbor Journey Megerson began taking video of the destruction just after 3:30 p.m. She and her family members immediately called 911, but before officers came, the man came back, driving a dump truck, leaving another trail of destruction.
Fear, complete fear, because he was like a madman.
Patricia Dunn says the man behind the wheel is her husband, Ronald Dunn. She says the two are in the process of getting a divorce.
Earlier this month, she filed a restraining order. She says that only angered him.
What are you doing? 30 minutes after the first deliberate crash, neighbors say Dunn came back a third time, yelling obscenities at his wife and neighbors who were simply trying to comfort her. Almost 45 minutes after the first 911 call, authorities arrived.
If they had been here a little bit earlier, all of the damage would have happened. Because he came back 3 times and they wasn't even here.
Patricia Dunn says she now fears for her life.
I don't even want this house anymore. I just want to put it up for sale and just move on because I'm not comfortable here anymore. I don't know, he might come back. Who's to say he's not? A man that's under that kind of rage, who's to say what he might do? He was trying to kill me. He really was.
In South LA, I'm Rena Nakano, KCAL News.
I'm telling you, when I watched that, I said, "Oh my God, you've been married to someone like that, and they offer you that kind of response and rage. Where in the hell is the love? The fuck? He really was trying to kill that woman. You can't tell me anything other than that. That man was trying to kill that woman, which then leads me to believe, because a lot of times you don't see domestic violence isn't just physical. It's emotional, it's mental, it's all kind of stuff. So it's like you don't know what other emotional and mental forms of abuse this woman has been under all of this time. And for this to explode like this, it just opens the window up to like, damn girl, you like besides relocating and finding another place to stay, you definitely need to go to counseling and talk to somebody about the traumatic things you've been through. Because I'm sure her sense of scaredness to me, I was like, wow, she's definitely traumatized. Like she's traumatized. She gave off like, I never expected him to do this. He's crazy. I don't want to come back here no more. He's gonna come back after me. You don't want to see that for nobody in the hood. And then now to know that 45 minutes, 30 minutes, oh yeah, they still didn't show up. The fuck? And then you didn't apprehend him. Not like we don't know where he lived, where we can't get the name off the fucking deed of the property to go search his ass and find out where he at. But you don't care enough. If he can do that kind of destruction to his wife off of a divorce filing, I just want y'all to know, I foresee in the future something else. Y'all better go find that fucking man. There's no reason you can get away with shit like that in America. Now, I bet you if his wife was, child, let me not do that this morning. But I bet you if circumstances were different, this would have went a whole lot different. A whole lot different. Hell of a lot different. Unfortunately, we're here. And I'm glad the lady didn't lose her life over it. Cash App, she better get some fucking protection, okay? Seriously, it was crazy. He messed up her whole house. When filing for divorce, you have to be separated, meaning not living together for a certain amount of time. See, that's what I was saying. I didn't understand that. That's how some of them school folks are here in Louisiana. The junior high my son went to, they had 2 teachers that was inappropriate things with students. Let them go so they can do it again, period. Should be hired in a couple of years. A whole dump truck. A whole one. Where you go get it from CarMax, right? U-Haul. Oh, I feel sorry. I do feel sorry for her. We both laughed. We left on good terms. We just outgrew each other. And see, that's grown shit. That's grown shit right there. Kings Mina. I hope she has a gun. She better now. Wow. She better. She better. Oh, it was sad. He was mad. Put him out his house. You could have never loved a person if you can do that to a person. That's what I was saying. Where was the love the whole entire time? You don't love that woman. The true definition of a thin line between love and hate. And he was leaning way. His line was on hate. This may sound mean, but I don't care. I don't care about the damaged houses and damaged cars. What I want to know is, where did you get his job? He went to his job and he works at like a mechanic shop. And he went to his job and got one of those and came back. That's why he was able to go back and come back and switch up the different cars. It's like, y'all can definitely find out where this man is at. Are you fucking kidding me? All this footage out here, you can see logos on trucks. Even I'm sitting here thinking like, come on, she better get him first. Do you think he has some friends that with the police and that's why they didn't come to her aid? See, I never think about that. I always be like, okay, you are automatically, by law, you are supposed to respond. But I never thought about that. Now you got me wanting to stay tuned. I'm going to keep my eyes on this story. Tamika, I'm going to keep my eyes on this one because I'm curious now. I'm so curious. Now, we're going to stay along the lines of spouses, okay? We're going to stay along the lines of spouses in this next story. If y'all thought that was something, just get into this one. So this story is so fresh, so new, so hours ago that I'm trying to find a video clip. I couldn't find a damn video clip of it. So y'all got to roll with me while I tell y'all this story, okay? Now, this husband and wife, and we're coming out of what town? What crazy ass state is this? Are we coming out of Florida? Is this? Oh no, we're coming out of Cleveland, North Carolina. All right, so this husband and wife, they're at their home. They get into a dispute. Okay, they get into a little dispute, and the wife and the husband have been getting into disputes leading up to this, but it never got to this point. And so the husband had told the neighbor, who happens to be his cousin, that if something happens between us two, I'm gonna come down to your house to stay for a little bit. I'm gonna come to you because she bugging out, she going crazy. Well, the wife didn't like that arrangement. So the moment that he decided to, okay, I'm about to leave and go to my cousin's house, cousin, come over here, come help me get my stuff. As the cousin was coming to get him and get his stuff, they both walk out the door. The wife shoots the husband in the back. The husband dies. The cousin neighbor shoots the wife. The wife dies. And now the only person standing remaining to this day is the cousin, who called the police and said, hey, we have this situation here. I said, are you kidding me? So we have this, it's coming to us out of Cleveland, Ohio. We have this murder, the husband killed by wife, who was then killed by their neighbor. Investigators say Clarice Owens shot and killed her husband, David Owens, before another man intervened and shot Clarice. So on the day in question, as he exited the home, Clarice shot him, according to the release. Clarice then pointed the gun at the neighbor, but he in turn pulled out a gun and shot Clarice. Deputies and emergency medical services personnel arrived at the home and attempted life-saving measures on both David and Clarice Owens, but both were pronounced dead from their injuries. The Cleveland County Sheriff's Office is investigating this incident. No charges have been filed against the neighbor at this time. Can you imagine a fucking dispute where the lives are lost and like I was like, oh my God, both the husband and wife are just off of some dumb shit, are dead, are fucking dead. As I was reading the story, I said, you can't wait, what? Now, I don't blame the cousin. I don't blame the cousin at all, because this was the wife's mistake. But for both of them to have lost their life off of him I'm trying to leave. I don't want to argue. I don't want to fight. She shoots him in the back and then doesn't realize, what, you going to take him out too? But you about to go too. And her life is now gone. So now it's crazy. Both their lives is gone in vain for no fucking reason. The woman's life is gone in vain. Nobody will be arrested. You will get no justice, ma'am. No charges are going to be filed. It was self-defense. Your life literally is in vain. Every great thing you've done in your life, because of the dumb mistake you made, nobody's going to be prosecuted for it. How stupid of you. How dumb. And poor husband. I can't even think of, well, what could he have done differently? He did exactly what I would have told every fucking man. Just leave. Go somewhere else. And he tried. How fucking dumb of her. I couldn't believe it. I really couldn't believe that story at all, y'all. I was like, are you kidding me? Oh, nah, he must be caught. The police department has to do better. Still didn't catch the man. In my state yesterday, some man just stole a tractor and took the police on the chase. I saw that story. I was going to add that story. I saw that story. I saw that and I couldn't believe it. Shit is definitely real out here. People have lost their minds. Karma worked real. Didn't it work fast? Karma said, no, bitch, not today. To all my cousins, that includes my YouTube cousins, don't come to my house with no fool, lie. I don't blame the cousin either. However, I'm defending myself. I truly would have too. And the cousin knew better. See, the cousin knew. The cousin showed up like, nah, this you got a crazy woman. This bitch right here. I don't know. What we not finna do is what we finna do here. And the cousin showed up. And so now you got 2 lives going in vain. I can imagine the funeral. Like, yeah, she got shot because she shot her husband. What? She lost her life because she shot her husband. That's what I'm saying. You really lost your life in vain, thinking you were gonna do something, bitch, and you got your comeback quickly. So rest in peace to this man, and condolences to the family. Now we're gonna do an update on the story that I covered way back, and it's just now hitting sentencing time. So you all remember when we talked about the woman who, her man, this is the man, okay? This is the woman, that's her man. So her and her man was having some freak session, some freaky deaky session. I don't be getting this shit. And the freaky deek session turned into her putting him in a suitcase and zipping him up. I don't know how that turns anyone on. What does that do? What does that do for anyone? It don't do shit for me. Seeing someone in a suitcase or you ain't even putting me in a suitcase. But he was in a suitcase and she took it a little far. Now, at the time of her arresting, she was saying that she was claiming domestic, she said, what was it called? Battered spousal defense. That she had been getting beat by him and that, that was at the time. And she also had claimed that she fell asleep, that he was in the suitcase, we were drinking, we were having fun, and then I went in the bedroom, I fell asleep, woke up, and he was dead. Well, as more details come out, as the footage of the actual incident comes out, and we're going to watch the footage. So if you're going to get triggered at this point, give me 10 minutes and come back, because the crew has to see this shit. Y'all got to see this shit. Y'all got to see this shit. And so he died. Called 911. My husband died. We had a freak thing. They arrested her. And now we're here to this day. And so footage is out. And you can hear her saying on the phone, everything she's saying in this footage is making it sound premeditated. Like, ma'am, you meant to do this shit. Like, ma'am, y'all wasn't just having a freak session. And what gets me the most is, how did he get in the suitcase? Did he willingly got in the suitcase for you to zip it up and treat him like this? Knowing that y'all have been going through shit in y'all relationships? Y'all better stop that freaky shit. Some shit you just got to say no to. I'm on some real shit. Y'all check this one out. And I told you it may be triggering, so please.
Sarah.
For everything you've done to me.
Sarah.
for everything you've done to me.
Sarah.
Fuck you.
Sarah.
Fuck you.
Sarah.
Stupid.
Sarah.
That's my name. Don't wear it up.
Sarah. I can't fucking breathe, babe. Seriously.
Yeah, that's when you do when you choke me.
Sarah. 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 Sarah, I can't breathe, babe.
That's on you.
Sarah, I can't breathe.
It's on you.
Sarah.
Real or ransom. I want to get video for it extra. Because I got this.
Sarah.
Real or ransom.
Sarah. Sarah, I can't breathe, babe.
Oh. That's what I feel like when you ching on me.
Sarah.
Fuck you.
Fucking breathe, Sarah.
Yeah. You should probably shut the fuck up.
Sarah.
First of all, there ain't no way you get me in a fucking suitcase like that. And I'm not stabbing I didn't get in there with a whole fucking pocket knife or a blade. I'm already sitting there, I'm thinking to myself, like, you ain't had nothing in your socks? You ain't put nothing in there already? What the fuck? So he's sitting in there screaming, trying to get out for his life, and she's sitting there playing on the phone. So she's had a pretrial hearing where the attorney was trying to argue back and forth just 2 days ago, and that's what brought this story back up. And they delayed the hearing until April because her attorney went to court saying, I got what did he say? I got COVID. I say, y'all just trying to push this shit back further and further to build a case for her. I don't give a fuck about that shit. That woman needs to go to jail for some shit like that. Now that's beyond, to me, that's beyond. You going a little too far. Y'all check this out. You going a little too far.
The Orange County woman accused of killing her boyfriend by zipping him up into a suitcase was expected back in court today before her trial. Now that hearing and her trial are being news, Mark Lehman is at the court. More.
The murder case for Sarah Boone was less than 2 weeks away from going to trial, but now that's being pushed back at least a couple of months. This as we're learning more about how the defense will proceed.
Have you had a chance to meet with Ms. Boone?
Judge, I have not, and the reason I have not is this is the first day I'm out of bed with COVID.
Frank Bankowitz saying the case for his client, Sarah Boone, is not yet ready for trial. The attorney appearing by phone this morning and speaking about plans for defending Boone in court.
It's going to be a battered spouse defense, and so we need to get some specific experts in that field to be able to testify.
The judge granting a motion to continue with pretrial now set for March 28th. Boone is accused of killing her boyfriend by zipping him up in a suitcase. Prosecutors say the now 45-year-old initially claimed Jose Torres suffocated while the couple was drinking back in 2020. Investigators, however, say videos were later found on Boone's phone, which they say show her refusing to let him out of the suitcase. According to court records, Boone was heard laughing in the video and saying this was, quote, "for everything you've done to me." After a review of the videos and inconsistent statements, investigators decided to pursue a charge of second-degree murder. While pretrial for Boone is set for late March, we'll likely be getting an update on things before then. The judge said he would like to schedule a status conference for sometime around the end of February. In Orange County, Mark Lehman, Getting Results, News 6.
So now the attorney, I told y'all, he ain't got no fucking COVID. They're trying to build a case around this whole battered spousal defense. And even if you were a battered spouse, your actions after that dictates your future. So do we have a history of you calling the police? Document again, I told y'all, call the 911. Get this, because when you have situations like this, they're gonna need all of that. They're gonna need, did you call 911? Do we have photographic evidence? Do we have records? What do you have to prove that? And even so, what you did was so inhumane. It was so inhumane to lock a man in a suitcase and take your fat ass to sleep like you was drunk and wake up in the morning, you all unzipped, he's not breathing. You call 911. Bitch, you lucky you ain't got no family. That was so inhumane of you to do. Someone needs to pull you by your fucking hair. And I'm sure this man has his shortcomings, and I'm sure they had a very tumultuous relationship, which she should have got her fucking ass out of. And you find yourself in these situations when you don't get out. You find yourself doing shit like, okay, I'm gonna lock him in a suitcase on a freaky night. What? Because you earlier on in a relationship didn't want to get out when he cheated on you or when he choked you. All that shit you were saying. So now you got him in a suitcase. Inhumane, bitch. That's far worse. That is far worse than him cheating on you. Something you could get out of. You can't go to court. Y'all ain't married. He cheated on me, sir. I want him in jail. You can't do that. But you putting him in a suitcase and him dying? Oh, bitch. Oh, bitch. You got a cell waiting for you. And I don't feel bad for you. I think you should go. And you shouldn't be married to nobody else. You should not have another spouse. Suitcases were made for luggage, traveling around the country, going places, putting stuff in storage. Who the fuck puts people? Y'all got to stop with the freaky shit. Seriously. And if you're going to do it, you need to make sure it's not only safe words are there, but you got safeguards up. Bitch, I would have had a whole knife taped up in that bitch, cutting my ass out of there. Bitch, when I get out of here, motherfuck, what? And I don't know what else to say about it. You won't catch me in those. This ain't gonna be my out the world story. Oh, you know Roman was in the suitcase. Suitcase? Bitch, you gonna get the fuck away from me with that bag. What are we doing here? That's ridiculous. Yes, I had to play the video for y'all because y'all could actually see what was going on. He is calling for help. Yes. Good morning, fashionista of life, for life. Okay. Good morning, Journey. Good morning. Don't even bring a luggage out around me, period, because it ain't happening. Lamone, wasn't it crazy? He had to get it. He had to get it. That's what I'm saying, Nicole. So I'm saying you literally trusted her after you've done all these crazy things to her and got in a suitcase. I don't trust nobody that much. I don't. And see, the people that I do trust that much, they not telling me to get in no suitcase. My auntie ain't telling me to get in the suitcase. My mother won't tell me. You know, I'm trying to think about people I trust. They're not telling me get in a suitcase. So a person on some sex shit, I'm definitely looking at you. Want me to get in a suitcase for what? Oh, hell no. Nah. That might be the end of the. That might be. You know what? I'm still thinking about the time you wanted me to get in that suitcase, and it didn't sit with me well. What? Oh my God, they got little people. See the little chair? Yes. Let me go get my coffee. The mean girl. Good morning. Good morning. He couldn't like unzip it from the inside. I dropped out the bushes. What in the freak hellish was this? I was already laughing, but the damn visual in my head, that was straight up evil. She needs to be put in jail. Pocket knife, I'd have chewed through that ish. Can you just imagine nails clawing? They said when they opened it, also he had scratches on his back. I said, I'm sure he had scratches on his back from probably trying to scratch out, you have to be in a fetal position to be in a suitcase like that. Now, I'm not going to play the whole video. I just want y'all to see this suitcase again. So I'm going to add this to the stream and pause it. You see the size of this suitcase? And it's flipped up on the other side. So like I don't know if his face was down or on his back, but dude was suffocating. Dude was suffocating in there. And she just sitting there. Oh, girl. Baby, you gonna get it. Your karma, I'm telling you, karma is for real. Karma is a virtue. Everybody gets karma. You gonna get it. I have questions. Did she drug him? They were under the influence because they were having a freaky night. He sounds out of it and she sounds pretty lucid. What his body type, height, and weight? 3, did she have an accomplice because she's a pretty small woman? He got in there on his own because they were doing some freaky stuff. And by this picture, I don't know how tall he is, but he's giving me like he got a little bit of height on him. Like a little bit of height on him. I don't know. Good question. Because I didn't see anything about his height in the reports, but I see where you're going with it. Like, did he willfully aid to his own death? The fuck? You ain't getting me in a suitcase. That was extremely horrible. She said, you can't breathe. You need to shut the fuck up. Oh my God, I'm getting anxiety just thinking about him not being able to breathe. Put her ass under the jail. Sharika, good morning. By her recording this and putting a whole human in a suitcase, this could be considered premeditated. Absolutely. I keep my blade on me. I was just looking at mine this morning. Darius, what? Stop. Binaries. Stop. He appears to be Hispanic and she looks like a kid. And now you see where we're going with this. Oh, you want to plead a battered spousal defense syndrome? Defense claim? Oh, okay. All right. I'm going to be watching. All right. I'm going to be watching. If that's the case, if they angle it right, it could also be a hate crime. And it could be a hate crime. It could be. But I think the Karen comes way before the hate crime. I think they'll look at this all aspects of how did this impact her? What happened to her? How did it get to this point? And see if she ain't have no history of calling 911, sending messages to friends saying, hey, I'm in an abusive relationship or anything like that, girl, that defense goes out the window. And I mean, she really could have been a domestic violence victim. But if you're not making strides to get out of that situation, no one can help you. So when you're in situations like this, no one can help you. No one can help you. You know, like what you want us to come out the air? Oh yeah, she been getting beat. Yeah. I mean, looking at Granny, looking at her face, no shade, no tea. Something's going on. I mean, you know, Kevin Gates will love her. All that acne on her face. Kevin Gates will have a field day with her. She must got that stress puss based on Kevin Gates. Disgusting ass. Good morning, Risa Boo. He was struggling for air. You could hear him. I can't do freaky stuff because I'm silly and I laugh at everything. Yes, y'all. Hit the like. Give me some love. Give me a hug. If y'all ain't give me nothing, just give me a hug. Go ahead. Wow. Good morning, Karen Spencer. Good morning. Throw her under the jail. Okay. Open it up. Once he said he couldn't breathe, my skin crawling, thinking about him not being able to breathe and just sitting there. He had to sit in his own death. And her ass went to her bedroom and laid in the bed and woke up the next day because she was drunk. I think she thought he could fall asleep in a suitcase and he wouldn't suffocate. But my thing, I kept thinking too, like, okay, so let's say you thought he would be alive. What do you think will happen once you open that suitcase up, man? What do you think is gonna happen? You think he's just gonna get out like, girl, that was crazy. We did it. High five. We did it. High five. No. It almost made me believe that you knew what was gonna happen and you knew that you couldn't do nothing else. You went too far. So now let me just go lay in the room and let me just see what happens. Because you went too far. You'd have had to call 911 had he been alive for you to open that up and for you to be alive. Because I believe he would have fucked you up, man. You would have had, it would have been serious damage to you, for real, for real. What was kinky about a suitcase? Miss G, Mrs. G, I don't know. And don't forget to subscribe to our second home. Yes, King Roman News Crime TV. Thank you, Risa. People are getting crazier and crazier. I'm trying to see how the suitcase would turn him on. Not at all. King, hey Castro. Good morning, Castro. Good morning, Nadine. Overnight, I'm going to assume that her lawyer is going to try to pull the insanity card. And another life gone. Hey, T. Trisha one. Good morning. Good morning to y'all. I hope everybody came in. Y'all hope y'all hit that like button for me. Give me some love. All right, so let's get into this next local news story, baby. I'm telling you, they are a little crazy. So, as you can see, I think in the title I put $1 bond. So this man, okay, he received $1 bond. Now let me tell you what this man is done. So he was holding, first of all, he has a long line of history of domestic violence, battery. He has 8 prior felony convictions, 2 for robbery, all of this stuff. So on this given encounter, where he got arrested and he went to his bond hearing. He was holding a woman in the car for several days, beating her and choking her and sexually assaulting her. Finally, this woman was able to get free and call someone. They call and arrest this man, right? And she's scared because she snitched on him and he knows where she is. So she's like, now finally he's arrested, he's in jail. Well, this man happened to get the right judge on the right day. And this is what I'm talking about. Judges are also crooked. Judges also have faults, and we just have to expose them and talk about them so we'll know in the future what they look like. So here's one prime example. So the judge in this case is like, damn, I wish I could let you out today, but I can't. So instead, I'm going to give you $1 bond. I'm going to give you $1 bond on both your counts. He had 2 counts. So he was able to get out of jail on $2 because the judge was having a bad day and the judge had bad feelings about the state council. Now, y'all want to know what the state council did? Well, this judge is known for letting people out on a personal recognizance bond. Now, if you go look up in the state of Texas, Houston, they have something called a personal recognizance bond for almost anything. If you stole up to $1 million and stuff. I typed this in Google. You saw how many cases that came up. I typed personal recognizance bond, Houston. So many cases came up of people getting out of jail recent on personal recognizance bond. I said, oh, this is how they keep crime activities going. So the man, he couldn't let him out on that because that personal recognizance bond, he couldn't let him out on that because the personal recognizance bond states that the personal recognizance bond state, and I had to switch my screens here. So according to court documents, Judge Josh Hill was making his feelings known about Senate Bill 6, which eliminates a personal recognizance bond for violent offenses. It's like he wished he could give you a PR bond, but he can't, so he's going to make it $1. So he's mad about a bill. So every case that he sees where he wants to let somebody off, he doesn't care about the trauma of the victim. Now, this girl is out there still running about, and this man has been released on $2. What do you think is going to happen to that victim? Her trauma goes up. But because we have a judge doing this, we can't do nothing about it. And so he's mad because they've introduced this Senate bill in Houston, which is now in effect. It bans the release of people accused of violent crimes on personal bonds, requiring them to instead pay and post the bond amount in cash. So he's upset about that. Let the man off. Can you imagine your sister, your brother, or anybody facing a violent crime like this, 7 days in a car, getting beaten, choked, sexually assaulted, and the man is let out on $2 because the judge is having a fucking bad day about a bill? Are you kidding me? So I felt bad for the woman. She's not releasing her name. She don't want to be notified in public. I said, you know, at this point, you might as well just move. It sucks, but you might as well move. $2 out. Get into this.
On tonight's bond, we are talking about a $1 bond. Believe it or not, that's the amount a district court judge set bond for a 43-year-old habitual offender accused of kidnapping, strangling, and beating a woman. Again, just $1.
It's so surprising. Fox 26's Randy Wallace joining us now live with the latest on his exclusive ongoing series. Randy.
Yeah, Rossi, 232nd Judge Josh Hill was apparently sending a message about his thoughts on a law that went into effect last year. But some wonder if Hill put a domestic abuse victim's life in danger just to prove his point.
It's in black and white. 43-year-old Aubrey Taylor is a habitual offender.
He got 8 prior felony convictions, 2 of them for robbery, which he was sent to prison.
According to court documents, the DA's office wanted Taylor jailed with no bond or a high bond because he's accused of holding the victim in his car for several days and repeatedly choking and beating her.
So he's charged with 2 serious violent offenses.
232nd Criminal District Court Judge Josh Hill made Friday the 13th a lucky day for Taylor. He gave him an unheard of bond amount.
A dollar bill. Or, since there were 2 cases, a $2 bill.
I have never seen that before. In fact, when you first told me about it, I thought you were joking.
According to court documents, Judge Shield was making his feelings known about Senate Bill 6, which eliminates PR or personal reconnaissance bonds for violent offenses.
It's kind of like they're there. I wish I could give you a PR bond. I can't, so I'm going to make it $1. That's nonsensical to me.
If I'm outraged, I can't imagine what the victim in this crime must be going through, considering all she did.
Someone has accused you and you're stewing in jail, you're angry. Who's the person you're thinking about? Who are you fuming over? And then who's the first person you want to go, be angry with? It's the person who put you there, right? So I just think that that needs to be rethought.
We went to the Southeast Side apartment where Aubrey Taylor is under house arrest.
I'm doing a story about your $1 bond. Do you want to make any kind of a comment?
Right now, I have to go ahead and send all this stuff to the courtroom right now.
And I think that $1 bond, while I'm a criminal defense attorney, I'm also a mother and a human, and I live here. I think that sends a wrong signal to victims, and I think it's a slap in the face to them.
If I had $1 for every time I asked Judge Joshua for an interview, I'd have a lot of bond money. Maybe this time
I just cannot believe that man is out. He literally had the freedom to come to his door to talk to a fucking reporter after what he did. Are you kidding me? And this is what I'm talking about when you see slights of a judge. Look at the way people are sentenced and bonded. Some of this stuff can be higher or less. It's all given on how a judge feels. And in this case, you know damn well that man shouldn't be out. If he did that to that girl, talking about house arrest. Fuck a house arrest. If he did that to that woman for several days, the fuck you think he'll do to another victim? Now, they didn't tell you who the victim was, but it leads me to believe it was a black female. All roads lead me to believe that this was a black female who faced this kind of violence over a period of several days, and he's out to talk about it with a reporter. Are you kidding? He should have been behind bars on a phone. Yeah, and so I saw this. I said, okay, here we go with this dumb shit again. Here we go with that. Where we do that at, Sway? Only in Houston. Violent crime should not be allowed to get out of jail on a personal reconnaissance bond. They should change that immediately. Okay, listen, gas prices are abusing us, and that abuse costs more than his damn bond. And he's an habitual felon. You know he going after that woman. Look, that's what I said. First thing I said was, damn. I hope she moved out the neighborhood or something. Because if he ain't gonna try to go after her, somebody else around him who knows him, you don't know what his connections are. He looked like a common street criminal. My God, I feel for her. I pray he does not harm her. I do too. Ridiculous. That judge needs to be disbarred, fired, and thrown in jail himself, period. He definitely needs to be disbarred. They definitely have a case, but I don't see her or him going any far with this. He looks a bit mental. He may need some medicine. They need to put, he do need some medicine. They put him on a house arrest as if that would stop him. If he really wanted to get her, he'll get her. That ain't gonna stop him. So now we're here in a world where there's $1 fucking bond after you, 43-year-old repeat offender accused of kidnapping and beating a woman. Senseless. Fucking crazy. And thank y'all for joining for local news this morning. That's all I have for local news. We got through 7 stories. Okay, now we about to switch over into hot topics. So stay right there. Let me load this up. Don't y'all go nowhere. Let me load this up. to that song all the time. Y'all know that the way that record started out, it literally is a free song from YouTube. I slowed it all the way down, and then I duplicated that, and then I sped that one all the way up, and I put those tracks together. So you hear a slowed down and a fast version of the same song, so that it couldn't be, because somebody kept copyrighting my channel every time I played it in the intro. So I said, let me do it in a way that they can't copyright it, and that's the way it came. And it sounded, I loved it. So I said, fuck, I ain't gonna never change it like that. Shout out to y'all. Thank y'all for being here, coming back to the show. And please hit that like button. I see I got 47 likes and there's 56 people in here. That means somebody is not trying to give me a hug, and I want my hug. I need my love this morning. Shout out to y'all that are here. Good morning, Bobby. Hey, boo. Bobby. Shout out to Bobby. Thank you for being here, boo. I appreciate you, and I appreciate your engagement. Hey, Miss B-Town Hester. Hey, boo. Miss Toby, if anything happens to the judge, maybe a reprimand. Now, you said, I don't know what state this is, but in Maryland, judges can't be sued for their actions on the bench. So, yeah, pretty much it'll be a reprimand. If they even take it that far, that's the thing. I don't see them taking it that far. All right, so let's kick this off. I want to first get into this. Okay, can I get into this? Can we talk about this real quick? I want to know what's up. I have so many questions about this situation. Okay, I posted on my community wall, and y'all were talking about just like father, like son. I said, what? So we have Marvin Gaye III arrested for domestic violence and assault with deadly weapon, released on bond. And so, details on the situation. Thursday night, Marvin Gaye III allegedly threatened his wife, Wendy Gaye, and a female cousin, pointing a gun at them inside his Calabasas home. The incident stemmed from a spat over a separate assault that occurred recently, which we're going to get into. What y'all think that? Now, I'm just going to stop. I ain't going to read no more. If you could take a guess on what recent assault that happened in that home, between people in that home, what do you think? What do you think the situation is? We're going to talk about it. So the incident, when police arrived, he'd already fled the scene in his Corvette shortly after 8 p.m. The following day, around 5 p.m., the 57-year-old turned himself into authorities. Now, Gaye III was charged with one misdemeanor count of domestic violence and a felony assault with a deadly weapon. The privileged music Hair has since been released on a $50,000 bond. Now, I was reading, I was trying to figure out, what the fuck, Marvin Gaye? What are you doing? I'm thinking you living peacefully in your home, eating your food, badass, laying around somewhere with your mushroom bob. I do not like men with the mushroom bob. Let it go. You know what? He would do really good with like a short, almost like even his head. He even got to have a front hairline, but like a short brush cut. But let the hairline go back some. Because this is not it. It's adding too much height to your already extended face. Like it's just going up. He up. Bitch, he up from here. Ain't nowhere to go but up from here, honey. Anyway, so apparently these two, him and his wife, Wendy Gaye, they have been having a tumultuous relationship. They've been having fights and all kind of shit going on. We didn't know about it. It ain't been coming out in public. Recently, they had a domestic violence situation, him and her, a physical one. The cousin was there as sort of the peacekeeper in between. Chill out. And during this given moment in time, an argument pursued between the cousin and Marvin Gaye. This is all allegedly. Argument pursued, and he pulled out his gun. That's when the wife called the 911. And then we got here. So he was arrested on domestic violence. Now, for some time, like I said, their relationship had been rocky. Though the news of his arrest is shocking, an anonymous source told TMZ that the relationship between Wendy and Gaye III has been tumultuous for quite some time. Until now, Gaye III, a music producer and co-executor of his father's estate, has kept a pretty low profile. I said, I wonder if he playing with that sugar booger, that booger sugar, you know. I wonder if he playing around in that, because a lot of people around that age that are kids in the industry that are hairs, you find them doing some stuff. And so after his arrest, following his arrest, a judge ordered an emergency restraining order. He must stay away from his family and the home where the situation occurred. Police have also seized 2 of his guns from the residence. Do I think anything is going to happen for I don't think anything is going to happen. I don't think the wife is going to move forward with pressing any charges. I think this is a situation where they've kept it in house for so long that I don't think either of them want to face that uncomfortable, lose of either income or familiarity. Like I don't see this ballooning. He's released. He's supposed to not be at the residence. Do you think I don't think he's at the residence? I think he's been at the residence. What do you all think? Do y'all think he's I see this going right back to what it was. Can we talk about that fucking hair off topic? But did you watch those videos I sent you on IG? I did. I did watch them. I was going to include them, but I need some more. I need content for Friday. So we going to do that on Friday. Thank you. I did. Cheating. Can we talk about that fucking hair? Definitely cheating. Alexa, play What's Going On? No. Sorry, y'all. I knew she was gonna do that. Oh my God, his hair. That's a pompadour. Okay. Hey, Joe. Good morning, Joe. Right, Miss Toby. Right. Now let it go back. So, what's going on? Pun intended. Put his arse in jail too with a lot of counseling and community service. I'm with it too. You pulling out guns in your own residence, nigga. Who you think you is? I thought Jermaine Jackson, a baby. Not only is Jermaine Jackson hair, that first layer of skin on Jermaine Jackson's face has weathered the storm. That's weatherization. I don't know if you've ever been in science and biology. They teach you about weathering on rocks. His face looks like a rock that's weathered some storms. Cousins stay out of people's shit. I thought he was one of the Jacksons from his. I'm not letting this man live. Lord, that gay family love being violent amongst each other. Still shocked that Marvin Gaye's dad unalive him. I'm very shocked. My TT had to tell me the story about it, and she was telling me I thought she was lying because she was telling me like April Fool's Day, and I'm like, what? Did Marvin's father get a lot of jail time after unaliving him? Ain't. Oh, Marvin Gaye was convicted of voluntary manslaughter and given a 6-year suspended prison sentence. He later died of pneumonia in 98, 14 years after he killed his legendary son during an argument. That whole, like y'all was saying in the comments, y'all was right. That whole fucking family, they need to they all need counseling, all of them together. I really think Ivania, she's searching for other families. Girl, you got families right here. You need to add Marvin Gaye to the list. Definitely need to be counseled. What the fuck is this? Yes, I'm about to please, Bobby, follow me on Instagram. So I don't see this going any far, but we're here with it. Now, can we talk about Antonio Brown? What is going on with this man? What is going on with this man? So Antonio Brown has been suspended from Snapchat after posting graphic image of featuring his mother of his kids. Now, I liked the image on my King Roman News Twitter if you want to see it. I'm not bringing that up or whatever, but it's a picture of her giving him head in the bed. He posted this to his Snapchat. People got it and started sending it all over the place. She got wind of it and she reported it. Snapchat snatched his fucking page. And so people were like, well, where did this come from? What's going on? What's going on? But as we all know, here's the picture of him and her and them in the bed. Him with the kids, the 2 babies, and they had another child too. But if you remember, he had also was arrested on domestic battery when he was trying to kick her out the house. This was like back in October or something, October or November. Kick her out the house, and he threw a shoe at her because he was throwing all her stuff out the house, and he threw a shoe and it hit her in the back of the head. She called 911 because he wouldn't let her back in the house. He told her if she come in the house, he was going to shoot her. 911 comes, then she get a restraining order against him. She wants him out. So they've been going back and forth through this relationship. So to even know that they're still around together was baffling to me. Like, you still dealing with this man? So she goes on to respond. She says, very well aware of what's being posted on Snap. I am not in control of his actions. I have asked multiple times to have this part of our relationship to remain private, but he refuses. I have reported his page and all pictures, and unfortunately, Snapchat is allowing him to repost. I am very sorry for any of your kids that follow him and used to look at him as a role model. I do not condone these actions. As you are aware, I have kids involved as well. And so that was her response to the whole situation. And so his old nutty ass, he go and responds, and this is his response. Don't play with me. Play football. What more can I say? Somewhere between psychotic and iconic. After both his IG and Snapchat was snatched, he goes on to Twitter. My thing is this, y'all. Same thing with and this is the reason I put these two together. Same thing with Marvin Gaye III. She ain't going nowhere. She's not going anywhere. I bet your bottom dollar. Chelsea, what's her name? Chelsea ain't going nowhere. Chelsea's in it for the long haul. Just like Blueface's baby mom ain't going nowhere. Chelsea ain't going nowhere. She's down for this shit. No one wants to have revenge porn out there, but I totally believe that she's okay. She's fine. Because there's no way that the charges got dropped of him on the domestic violence situation. Then y'all are together. He's fucking with other people, clearly in public, but y'all still find yourselves around each other. Because of the kids, granted. Yes, because of the kids, but y'all still have relations. Y'all still are fucking around. That's what gets me. Same thing with the boxer and his baby mom. When she dropped the charges, I told you, I said, she gonna drop them charges, y'all. She gonna drop them charges. I'm telling you. Sure enough, the next day, she dropped charges. So I saw this and I said, yeah, she's all right. She, this, you know. Now, people were juicing about his penis. And I'm like, I always wonder, like, is it the fantasy because it's him, or is it because y'all ain't never seen one? Because it, to me, it looked regular as hell. Maybe it was the angle, but it gave very much so regular meat to me. I mean, I don't know. It was me, but it's on my page if y'all want to see it. It was nothing, you know, it was like, wow, okay. Oh, yeah, of course, of course. 6 years suspended. Ain't that crazy? Yeah, I think he had drug issues too. So I wonder if he claimed self-defense or something of that nature. Oh, that's a good point. What's wrong with him? I hope she gets his ass for revenge porn. She not. Risa, but she not. I don't think she is. It's the black shoe polish that Jermaine be using on his head. Him and Sunstar Peterson gotta cut that shit out. So disrespectful to the mother of his children. And the thing about it was, in that domestic violence situation where he tried to kick her out the house, the kids were there. They saw it. They saw him throw the shoe. So the kids didn't even want to go back in the house because they were terrified of his father when he gets into these moves. They were like, I don't want to, I don't want to get involved at all. So the kids didn't even want to go back in the house. Not only is he disrespectful to the mother, he's disrespectful as fuck to the kids and don't even care. She needs to get him for revenge porn and sue for emotional distress damage. She not, Risa. Shaking my head. So inappropriate. Divorce, child support, his arsony, extensive counseling. He not. Eartha, not the black shoe polish. Y'all gotta stop because I got some shoe polish right here. Y'all gotta stop. So unfortunately, we're here with these two stories. Now, I wanted to talk about this because it makes no fucking sense that we're here. Cardi B. Cardi B fails to complete community service. Judge grants her extension. All this girl had to do was complete 15 fucking days of community service by January. Was it January 1st? But you didn't. So, out of respect, the judge gives her she gets until March 1 to have 15 days of community service. What the fuck is wrong with people? This is the shit I'm saying. These are these moments where we take the thin line of prayer and miracle. Bitch, that was you could have been if you had the right judge, bitch, you could have been locked up. Stop playing with yourself like that. Seriously, I don't care how big you think you are. You could have had a judge who didn't like you and liked Nicki. And because of his own bias, well, you know, Cardi, we're gonna have to put you in jail for about 30 days. You could have had something like that. You're a mother now. Do the fucking community service. Your schedule ain't that busy. You sitting on the couch with Jason Lee. By the way, the reason I didn't even want to talk about it, it was so the interview sucked. The interview was like horrible. First of all, it was nothing but Jason Lee bigging up himself. He kept saying, remember when I called Rihanna? Remember when I got you in Christian Louboutin? I'm the one who got you with Megan and got the record together. I want my credit. Me. I'm the one. Remember, I told Biden. Wasn't even talking about fucking president. Here he go. Yeah, I told President Biden that he's just underappreciated. Same thing I told him. I'm telling you. Who gives a fuck about that? I couldn't even get through it. I was like, oh my. All right, is this what the fuck we're doing now? Really? Is this what we're doing? So I couldn't get. It was horrible. It was horrible. As that being his first interview with Cart, we learned nothing. Everything that I told y'all yesterday were the bits. They were the bacon. That was it, y'all. I gave him credit. I was like, you got Cardi. We about to get. He talked a little bit about Armand, but didn't say his name, but a little bit. But like I said, Cardi was not trying to go there. So she reeled it back in and focused on the question, and he was trying to be nasty, like I said, like I knew he was going to be. So it wasn't even worth my time. Jason Lee, come on, get off your dick. No one else can ride your dick because you're on your dick. The fact that we got the conversation got all the way to the point where we were talking about whether this man is going to have a kid or not, and how he's going to do it, and how Tiffany Haddish says she'll be why the fuck? I don't care about whether you have a child. Like, you want people to like you more than you like yourself. Like, you really want us to like you more than we can. We can't because you're too glossy for your. It was horrible. It was not giving what it needs to give. Like, sorry, y'all don't even gotta wait. I'm telling you, wait for the sound bites. It was not worth it. So yeah, the only thing worth it was Cardi B, get your ass and do this community service. Now her lawyers say that she's dedicated to the community service and charitable endeavors. She therefore appreciates the court giving her until March 1st to complete her community service commitment in Queens, New York. Get your ass on the side of the road and pick up some bottle cans. Go feed the homeless. It's so simple to do. Go buy some toys and go to the hospital for the patients, the kids. Girl, what? 15 days? That would have been done instantly. What are you doing? Yeah. Nope, I would give her 30 days. That's what I said, Miss Toby. Unfucking acceptable. I said the same thing. She keeps going back to him. Nothing to see here. Okay, thank you, the mean girl. You on my same page. I'm sitting here thinking like, child, she'll be right back with Antonio Brown. First of all, she sprung on the penis. She sprung on the penis. Anyone can see that. And that doesn't make it right for her to experience domestic violence, but it also creates a lane for her to get the fuck up out of it. Like, go away, girl. But she doesn't. So, Cardi B says she'll do her community service once Tasha K paid that $4 million. Tasha K got some own issues going on. What she thinks she's good. Yes, she don't want nobody taking pictures of her. Baby, I want the pictures. Well, that's Jason Lee. Yeah, that was too much. The interview it fell flat. It was like she could have sat there and asked herself her own questions and we would have got more out of it. He was too focused on himself. Way too focused. Celebrity privilege. Yes, he is a narcissist. Yes, Cardi, I could have done them 15 days. Neri, shut up. She better pick up that trash or do some community service. That's all. Always about him. I don't think it's celebrity privilege in this instance. I've had two cousins who were required to community service and didn't within the time frame. Judge just extended it several times for one. Really? What? Judge just extended it several times for one of them. Was it due to COVID? Jason, did you tell Beyonce not to release the visuals? Right. Because he swear he knows everybody. That's all that whole interview was. And and Diddy, remember when I met you, it was with Diddy? And now I got a show on Revolt with Diddy. And so just see how everything comes. I'm saying here like, damn, people don't tell you enough that you're great. And you're like, you don't get enough credit from the right people in your real life authentically. So you got to come out here. Like all of that stuff, no one need to know. It should just ring. I don't like that for him. You can't do a kind of show like that because the audience is going to be like, ugh. And the visuals were better than the fucking conversation. Like, put that shit on mute and play a song. The fuck? It was horrible. Then he did a whole smasher pass. But I'm going to respect your man because I don't want to. So we just going to smash and pass. Whack. Even my run it back smash and passes were a little more defining than his. I mean, he did a smash and pass on her record, Hot Shit or Hot Shot, whatever the fuck. I didn't even, Hot Stuff. What was it? Hot Shit. Would you smash her pass? What you think she gonna say? Smash. Why would she say pass on her own record? Like, what were you doing? I just was like, whatever. Just the flow of it, I'm not interested at all. He didn't get love as a child. I agree. Nope, this was pre-COVID. Oh, yeah, so they got off real. That's love then. That's love. I love Cardi, but she needs to quit being bougie. And I was watching her interview and I was being so sympathetic to the fact that she would say, I liked it. I liked it. How you feel like hot shit? I liked it. I kept saying, that's just part of it, her culture. So I can't get mad at that. But girl, I think they honestly don't immediately throw someone in jail with not meeting the community service guideline. I've known several people who have gotten passes from judges. I feel you, Risa. I feel you. Cardi better have it done by March 1. True, but you have some judges who will make an example of some folks. Like the $2 bond. Okay. Now, crew, I got one more thing I want to talk about, and this is off hot topics, this is off local news, but I posted this to my community wall, and I just want y'all to question. Hear me out. So this was recently came across King Roman's desk. Let's talk about Pornhub's massive uptick in searches for trans porn. And the question became, do you all think it's about liberation or fetish, this being a fetish for some? What do you all think? The fact that trans porn is now one of the more searched pieces of porn on these sites. Do you think it's about like people feeling liberated, or do you think people are fetishizing about trans porn? Or our good old Zap came through with the answer. He said neither. It's probably curiosity for most because it's widely available on the net now. What do you think? And when he said that, I said, you know what? I do. I absolutely think it could be partly curiosity. A lot of people are interested in seeing what goes on. But I was wondering, I'm like, a lot of people are searching. I'm thinking, because I'm not only thinking about men, but I'm thinking about women. And I wanted to know, are y'all all, do you all like, I mean, you ain't got to tell me, but like when you do you think it's out of curiosity or self-expression or the fetish of it all? Like, what is it? I was curious to know. So if you care to share, just, let me know. Oh, curiosity. Okay. I'm not shocked. Both. Really? I'm not shocked. Hey, Ambrosia, good morning. Really? No, don't excuse her illiterate ass. When you level up, you need to act accordingly. Zap is right, being curious. Okay. That's a lot of fetishization. This is interesting. Yeah, that's another show. That's another whole show. Okay, Zap be playing games with us. He play games with us. That's all it is. Because I've asked him. I want Zap to get a channel. I love his group. I've asked him. I even asked him to hit my link. Doesn't do that. So, hey Zap. Good morning, Zap. Zap. People are asking for you to create a channel, and I am too. So, we need to get that popping. All right, y'all. So let me run it back, and y'all already know I am gonna do a upload for the evening for people who may not have caught the entire show for the evening. I'm gonna do a 15-minute upload of what we talked about. So we about to get ready to run this back down. I hope y'all hit that like button. I appreciate y'all for being here this morning. We got through a lot of shit. Curiosity and investigative research. Is that what it is? Ooh, investigative though. Okay. All right. You better investigate. All right. So, yes. So, thank you all again for being here. I really do appreciate it. We got through so many different things today. We had local news and hot topics. Okay. We kicked this show off. First of all, we kicked the show off with Darius Miles, and we talked about the update where we found out that he allegedly provided the gun to his friend Michael here, who then committed the crime of taking out Jamia Harris, who has a 5-year-old son. Rest in peace, Jamia Harris. If you missed that, you got to catch the earlier part of the live. We also talked about the charges being upgraded to capital murder and what that potentially looks like for him. We also talked about Tyre Nichols. Now, this was a very, very sad story. Tyre Nichols was pulled over in a traffic stop. He, in an unmarked car, he fled 2 times from the police, and now he's dead. So get the details in the earlier part of this live. It was a very unfortunate incident. We also talked about this Louisiana teacher who sent a very, very nasty text message, and the intent was not to go to the person it was sent to. However, it did, and it came out. She later was able to resign and wasn't fired. So we talked about that and how her ass should have been fired. We talked about the neighbor who destroyed his own home after his wife was interested in filing for a divorce. Now, what got me was that the wife and him were still living in the same house, which was he was able to come and do all this damage. But catch that, because that was some crazy shit. Why would you do that to your own house and she's in it? You wanted to kill her. You never loved that woman. Fucking nuts. We talked about this hide and seek couple where they were playing this hide and seek game, I guess, whatever the game may be called. And she and him were drunk. She put him in a suitcase. Okay, she put him in a suitcase, and we talked about how she fell asleep and woke up the next day and he was dead. Now we're here in 2022, where 2023, she's at a pretrial sentencing hearing. They're pushing it back so they can also build their defense for a battered spousal defense. Girl, you knew what you were doing. And if you wanted to catch the video, we played the video earlier. So you got to catch that at the earlier top of the show. It's a crazy, crazy video to see. And I would never wish that on anybody, anyone. We also talked about this husband who the wife of the husband. Okay, this was crazy. So the wife not only shoots her husband, but the husband's cousin who was standing there with him shoots her. So you got the husband and the wife dead in one incident for no fucking reason. Get into that at the top of the show. And then I finally, ended on in local news was the $1 bond and how a judge was trying to set an example, but he did it on the wrong case, where this man was bonded out for $2 fucking after he was accused of kidnapping and beating a woman for 7 fucking days in his car. Not to mention he has like 8 felony convictions, but they still let the man out. So we talked about that at the top of the hour. And then I also touched on Antonio Brown in Hot Topics and the whole leaked photo and his wife, and she ain't going nowhere, but catch all of that. And then we talked about Marvin Gaye and what's going on with his hair, but more importantly, what was going on in the situation between him and his wife. And I don't think nothing is going to happen from there. And then I touched on Cardi B and the fact that she needs to go complete this community service. There's no fucking reason why your ass ain't had this completed, but you can sit on a couch with Jason Lee, girl, to give that subpar ass interview. Stop it. And on that was the show for the day. Thank y'all. Thank y'all. Thank y'all. Now remember, I led with this quote of the day, which is overthinking is a sign that you do not trust yourself. As you learn to trust, your mind will become calmer. So let's work on trusting ourselves. And when we have the moments where we don't trust ourselves and we're overthinking it, ask yourself, what about this am I overthinking? Don't keep overthinking it. Don't keep doing the definition of insanity. Stop and say, okay, what is it? What don't I know? Break it down. Get calm about your shit. Figure it out. Because overthinking and overanalyzing prevent you from achieving great success. I know that in my own life. You could be overthinking. I'm a Libra, so we do that. We're so indecisive, but you have to, get out of that. So that was the quote that we started out. And that was the show, bro. Oh my God. In less than 10 minutes, we got to the show. We cover all of these topics. And I thank y'all for being here. And I hope y'all hit the like. I hope y'all gave me some love this morning. It's been a pleasure to talk with y'all about these things. He should hit your link because you rarely drop the link. Yes. Y'all keep that spirit up. Next time he in the chat, I'm going to try to say, Zap, hit the link. Can someone post the membership link for iPhones? Let me see if I got it. I think I got it. Thank you. Thank you. Here's the membership link. Let me know if that one works. Oh, wait. So tragic. Once again, great life. Thank you, Miss Toby. Thank you. Can you drop it? Yeah, I just dropped it. Hide and seek. That's what I had to say it as. Hide and seek. Because in the article it said hide and seek. I said, really? Hide and seek? Y'all freaky. Have a good day. You too, Journey. Thank you, Cash App and Bullshit. Risa. Yes, Grand Rising. I miss you. Catch you on the replay. I'm a Libra too. Oh, so you get it. You get it. Great show. Thank you. All right, y'all. So drop some crowns in the chat. Drop some crowns in the chat on your way out. Make sure you hit that like button. As always, I appreciate y'all for being here. And until next time, which is going to be Friday. I won't be live tomorrow for a morning show, but I might pop up in the evening. Remember, I'm always anxious about popping up and not having a topic to talk to y'all about, but I might find something, a one-off story I might pop up on. But tomorrow, don't expect me in the morning. Friday, we'll be back doing what we do best, talking about any and every fucking thing. And thank y'all for allowing me to do so. And until next time, crew, until next time, y'all, deuces.
Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. Thank you for being here this morning. Thank you for being here this morning.
Let's go, let's go. Ow, let's start this show. King Roman News gonna come right through. Gonna give you that news just like you know he can do. Hot topics in your face, baby. King Roman knows his place, baby. King Roman News.
Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning.
6:30 a.m. Eastern time, baby. He's gonna come right on time with the news just for you. Celebrity news, politics, and local news just for you. King Roman News. Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Let's go, let's go. Hey, let's start this show. King Roman News, coming just for you. King Roman News, coming just for you. 6:30 a.m. Eastern Time, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. King Roman News, King Roman News.